Hey, this is the One Page One Shot Club, and today we are playing NHTMF, Not Here to Make Friends, the romance competition game. I think I got the acronym right.
I was acting like I was counting. I was already lost at the beginning.
I saw you all doing the maths. So let me go ahead and explain the rules, and then we're just going to jump right into it. So first of all, we're cheating a little bit. It's a 2-page RPG, not exactly a 1-page. Well, the rules fit on 1 page, and then there's a 1-page explainer. The goal is to compete with other lovelorn single ladies to win the affection of a hot bachelor over the course of 3 dates. You accumulate heart points. Heart points is how you win. You want to have the most at the end of the game. There's no GM. Each player represents one PC, and the bachelor is a sort of communal NPC we all share. You go on dates to earn petals, then you spend petals to earn dice for the rose ceremony. The gameplay loop goes dates, downtime, rose ceremony for 3 rounds. During dates, the PC on the date narrates the scene, adding to the communal bachelor lore, which all players thereafter accept as canon. 3 turning points we roll to see how well the date goes. Other players can narrate the complications if you roll poorly. The goal during dates is to accumulate petals. You can spend petals to add to rolls, but you'll want to save them for the downtime phase. During downtime, players spend petals to make downtime moves like gathering intel or spreading gossip. Depending on the rolls, this can give big advantages in the rose ceremony. Then during the rose ceremony, you roll a pool of d6s, and whoever gets the most gets the heart points. And then also petals are the in-game currency and the main game resource. Everyone starts with 1 petal. Everyone gets 1 P to start off with. You can add it to any roll, just like you can when we were doing a Mimic Cafe roll for shoes. You can add it to a roll to turn failure into success. But you want to save your petals for downtime, because they fuel your downtime moves. Downtime is how you really win this game. You go on dates and you want to perform well for the bachelor, but making moves between the dates, that's really how you win the game. And then we've got some other rules here. I'm not going to read through all this, it will take too long, but we've got 3 phases: the date, the downtime, and the rose ceremony over 3 rounds. Does anybody want to go first and describe their bachelor contestant?
Real quick, just a round of applause for Jim for making such a very unique game based off of a very popular show that who knows what it's about, but yeah.
Jim is bringing us into the world of pop culture that I didn't know I needed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not sure I need, but I'm here. I'm going to have fun.
Thanks, Brad.
So go first as in like diving straight into the date, or go first as just introducing character? Because I don't want to go first, but I'll explain my character.
Yeah, introduce characters, I guess. Okay.
Oh, Rose goes by, that's their social media platform name, is Rose Maxing, is like their handle. They started off as like a baking channel, but they've very quickly realized that baking alone is a little bit too lonely, and they wanted to seek out someone to bake with them. Weirdly enough, they are also like not a super happy-go-lucky person, even with the name Rose. They are almost kind of like a little bit secluded, swoopy hair, kind of like was that Hot Topic teen growing up, and then just somehow found love in baking, and the worlds don't really mesh super well. So she wants to find someone who can enjoy both the norms of everyday life and also the kind of like reclusive, introverted aspects of herself as well. She's got a dichotomy about her. She's
Sounds really deep.
She's like Smeagol. She's got 2 sides. Originally, I was going to be Bachelor Etten, and it was going to be 2 heads. I was like, that's a little bit too much.
Bachelor Etten. Mm-hmm. That's hilarious.
Who wants to go next?
I'll go. Hi, I'm Leslie. I love everything outdoors and nature, and I'm really fortunate because I spent a big part of my childhood on a yacht, and it was super cool except for the part where it sank, but it's fine because everybody lived, and now my parents have this really sick mansion, and it's super cool, and I get all these guided tours every time I go through the woods to all these different locations. I've gone around the world. I've seen all sorts of really cool things, and I don't really know what my parents do, but like I don't have to work or anything because like we just have so much money, and I love to just enjoy life. And I'm not like super great with animals though, so like I don't really like do all that. But people say that I'm like very friendly and fun because I pay for everything. So I'm so happy to be here.
And so my character is Bethany. Bethany is like fiercely middle class, from a family that runs their own business, but she's the youngest of four. Her siblings all have a pretty important role in the family business, and Bethany is your typical youngest child party girl who just kind of is spoiled and gets away with everything, kind of riding on her siblings' coattails, all the while very much resenting her siblings for how successful they are and how much their parents appreciate her siblings.
Okay, yeah. Hey there, my name is Gillethany, and I'm from Tampa, Florida, and my hobbies include hunting, fishing, and falling in love on national television. I am here with my little sister Bethany. She's kind of a brat, and I'm pretty sure the Bachelor is not going to pick her. He's going to pick me. I'm really excited to meet Carlos, the Bachelor. I've been hearing so much about Carlos, and his. I fell in love with him right away from the pictures, and I just can't wait to meet him in person. And I'm excited to live in this house for a few weeks with 30 other very mentally stable women. So I think with our introductions, we can move right on to the gameplay, right? Let's see. Let me show real quick the rules for the date phase. Date consists of 3 turning point D6 rolls, the cumulative score at the end of the date. The first turning point is the pre-date fit check, because you got to make a good impression. The second turning point is the activity portion. And then the third turning point is the emotional dinner date reveal. Or you discuss a deep trauma to woo the Bachelor. I think you guys probably want me to go first, I assume.
Sure.
Unless anybody else wants to go first.
I would like to think that like in the personal pre-show interviews, it's like I'd like to think that Rose is trying to find a different set, like I cook like the British cook-off, and then it's like they like call her over and she's like, "Yeah, what's this for?" I've heard of this before. Let me read. You need someone on the fly? Okay, yeah, that's fine. I can do that. Yeah. I'll just cancel. It's okay.
Meanwhile,
Carlos,
Leslie,
you said?
like,
Let me see a
bribed
picture.
someone. Yeah.
Wow.
That's great.
They're mid-sized. They're like 5'10" or something. They're not quite, my normal, but that's okay. Yeah. No, that's fine. That's great. It's still, I can still rest my head on their shoulder. That's all I really need.
Did you say 5'10"? That's a little short for me.
Well, I think Carlos is who the person short king. The phrase was invented for him. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I should have said he is 6'3", finance, blue eyes, whatever that meme is. My bad. I missed the opportunity.
Well, he's 5'10" now.
Yeah.
Damn it. Well, Leslie just got shorter, so that's fine.
We're all 4'9" here. It's basically 6'2" in the opposite direction, right?
All right, so I'm gonna roll my first turning point roll is a D6 just to do my fit check. Let's see how my outfit is. Oh my goodness, it's a 1.
No.
So I think what happens is as Gillethany is getting ready for the date, she knows they're doing something. She hears they're doing something sporty, so she puts on a pair of running pants and little white tennis shoes, and then a white tank top. But then when she's going through the kitchen, she doesn't realize that she gets a ketchup stain right under the armpit, right at the top of the tank top. And then it's there all morning, and none of the other women say anything about it. And it looks like she's bleeding from her armpit.
Everyone's
Nobody
just being
says
mean
anything.
about it? Oh, no.
And then she goes out to meet Carlos, wearing her flats, definitely, because she doesn't want to be taller than him. And then she goes out to meet Carlos, and let me roll again for the activity portion now so we can see what happens. I'm gonna spend my 1 petal to bump that up to a 4. Because a 3 is bad. On a fortified, the date is okay. So let's say on our date, Carlos takes me, we begin our date in romantic Wilmington, Delaware. And Carlos takes me to a box factory, and I'm learning about corrugated and non-corrugated, and he and I are throwing cardboard at each other and having a fun time. But then they bring over a cardboard Taj Mahal that they've made as then their centerpiece there. And as I'm goofing around, I slip and I fall into the Taj Mahal and break it all into pieces. And Carlos he's a little disappointed. I can tell behind his mustache there's a little bit of reluctance there. So then afterwards we go to dinner, and let me roll for the emotional dinner to reveal. A 6. On a 6, I nail the reveal. So what happens now is with Carlos and I, right outside the box factory, there's a beautiful gazebo, and they have dinner prepared for us, and we sit there because it's close enough. You can smell the box factory, and you can smell the corrugation process of the boxes. And so we get to the point where there's the 1 rose on the table, and I don't know if Carlos is going to give me the rose or not either. It depends on, I got to nail the emotional reveal to get that rose from him. And I tell him a story about earlier in the day at the mansion. I had this horrible ketchup stain on my tank top, and nobody said anything about it until a producer eventually told me right before the date. None of those women said anything. And I really pour it on, and Carlos feels terrible for me because nobody told me that I had a bloody armpit coming out of the house. And so those are my 3. I'm supposed to be keeping track of how I rolled. That was a 1, a 3, and a 6 for a 10 total. Okay. That is my date. I got a 10 total on my roll, so I need to remember that for the end. I spent my petal.
And just to be clear, how many loops do we do? How many dates and all these things do we each
3.
do? 3. Okay, cool. And so yeah, 10 would be 6 petals. Am I reading that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
I got 10, so I get 6 petals to spend for downtime.
Cool.
Who would like to go next?
I'll go.
Tell us about your date, Leslie.
So, let's roll to see what. Well, first of all, okay. Well, my outfit isn't quite right. So I was really prepared for the hikes that I'm used to because I'm very outdoorsy. I love to be outside in nature, and so I put on some cute little booty shorts, a nice little crop top, and my cute little wedge sneakers that are also a heel, so that I'm kind of sexy, but I'm still functional. And I just made sure everything was great. And then I went to meet up with him, and it was really cold outside, and one of my heels broke. So not great. It's a wedge. That's not supposed to happen. I will be writing that company to complain. So then, let's see, we went on our hike. That part was pretty good. It was more steep than I'm used to, and there were a lot of rocks, and there was definitely a snake, and then we saw a deer, and he was kind of into it, and I kind of wasn't, and it was a little awkward trying to do all that with a broken shoe, but I'm just I'm really clever, so I got through it. Yeah, then after that,
oh no,
this is so tragic. We went out to a restaurant, and I'm vegan, and he took me to one of those places where they serve you all the meat on the sticks, and everything was bloody, and it was so offensive, and I just I couldn't even do it. It was just so hard. I don't like animals, but I also don't want to eat them because I don't like them. And like, how could he be so inconsiderate? And there was meat and gravy in his mustache, and he chews with his mouth open. Okay? That is just unacceptable.
Carlos. Gross.
So,
I
it's
love to
bad
think
enough.
of a person that's so anti-animals that they're vegan. That's so good.
Don't want anything to do with them.
I just really don't want them in my life. So it's not really going well for me. But like, Carlos is short, so maybe that's okay.
All right, so you got an 8 total, so you get the 6 petals.
So I got 6. Oh,
6
yeah.
petals. All right, who's next?
Cool. I'll go. So the first roll is for my fit check. And should we describe first or roll and then describe, just to make sure? I'll just roll it and describe.
Whatever you want to do.
A 2? I mean, it's kind of goes in line with what I was doing anyways. I arrived on set accidentally trying to go to a baking cook-off show, like to be like a co-host of it. And so I wasn't ready for this kind of thing. Like someone dropped out due to some sort of, online drama that just happened or something like that. And they don't want to be a part of that. So they got rid of someone. They needed someone new. I was here. So I'm just in like an apron and straight up like a plaid shirt. I didn't really have too much makeup going on. I thought, the set designer was going to do, or the costume director was going to do all that stuff for me. And so when I got here, it's like, oh no, you're kind of on your own. I'm like, all right, well, I can handle this. That's fine. They're confident. They're not that great in, competition wise with these other girls right now. But maybe that'll work to their advantage. Maybe that, natural charm of, oh, I'm just here. I don't need to judge myself up. Might work in their benefit. But they do still have a little bit of their like teen hot topicness to them. So yeah, like apron, they have a plaid shirt on, just like a ponytail and some glasses, but they also have like their belt is still that like metal studded belt. They have like an undershirt that's not like super visible because of the buttons, but it's like a like Nickelodeon shows back in the day or Cartoon Network type of things. So they were just there to be comfy, thinking that they would have a costume change, and they're like, all right, well, I guess we're just doing this. So I got a 2 for that. And as far as the date goes,
I just proposed that it was a Legends of the Hidden Temple shirt.
yeah, absolutely. That's perfect. Prefit activity, that's what it was.
Yeah.
So I think I would play to my benefit, and I would invite Carlos just to like and see if I can talk with like maybe the directors of the Bake Off show next door I'm friends with, and just be like, hey, can we have like a goofy like 1 episode just filming of like something that won't air, but just to feel like we're on TV and just like have a fun time baking stuff. And so I take him over to the show next door, and let's see how well that goes. A 3. Maybe Carlos is a little bit apprehensive being in front of like a camera that he's not on contract for, and so being a little bit more vulnerable and being in a place where he's not super knowledgeable about baking and also like hosting a show. He's just going to be a part of it. He wasn't a host. Takes him. It's a lot for a first date. I kind of reel it back, and I just start, making like asking him about his past and like what, he ate growing up, and try to make something along those lines. I end up making just sugar cookies eventually because of the ingredients around us, but it was a standard 3 out of 6 date. And then let's see here, the emotional dinner reveal. Well, I start off with like a little light joke about I like rolling first and then deciding how it is. I think I'm a fan of that.
Okay.
A 1.
Oh, no.
A 1. I should use a pedal, but I like 1s a lot when I play games. So I would say that I'm just like, I tell him the truth of like, oh yeah, I'm I came here, I wasn't even supposed to be part of the show. They were just wanting, someone randomly, and I was just walking by trying to actually, where we had our date, that's where I was supposed to be. Don't worry, it wasn't like a super set in stone contract. It's kind of wishy-washy. They had multiple hosts. I didn't have to be there. I was kind of like a 1 episode guest star. Rose Maxing, by the way, if you want to look me up. And I guess this is the part. Oh, and I'm looking at the director, and like, this is the one part. The director's like, come on, do a little bit more. Like, oh, when I was growing up, I was into like more nerdy stuff, and I dated this guy who, I didn't really understand it. They were like really into these like miniature figurines on these like little square grid boards. And that's all that he would do. He wouldn't pay attention. He wouldn't want to hang out and go skateboarding. He would just want to play with these little figurines. And one day I found him and his friends in the basement, all in robes, around a circle with lights in the background, rolling these weird sided dice. I'm only used to like, the ones on Yahtzee. And they looked at me. They said something about like crit success or something. I don't know. They all started screaming. I got really like a little bit embarrassed that I was down there. I ran away for a second up the stairs, and I remember Bobby. He came to the door. My love, Bobby, came to the door, looked up the stairs, and he said, I think this might be the last time we see each other. And he closed the door on me. And I came the next day I was ready to start sharing in his interest. And he wasn't there. I don't know if he moved away. I looked around for maybe what happened to him. I just saw all these papers and I got really in depth of reading on what was there that they left behind. It was stuff about a lich. So I think he might have been a lich. I don't know. And I just like start ranting about like this weird fantasy, like why he left instead of it was like, just a bad relationship. And that's the one. It's like a crazy real reason. And so I would say Carlos is probably just like those weird, like overly edited pans of just like probably different parts of the conversation, but like long silences is what it made it look like. And it's just like, all right. And it has like the same clip over and over, like, yeah, all right. And then the lich thing happened. Yeah, all right. That kind of thing.
Oh,
like they made it purposefully look even more awkward. So I rolled a 2, 3, and a 1. So
6 petals? Or no, 3 petals.
So 2, 3, and a 1. So 6 total.
That's
I earned 3
petals.
petals.
Bethany?
All right. Well, so let's do Bethany's fit check, right? That's what we do first. Oof. All right. Well, Bethany was told that it was going to be like this casual, fun, like adult arcade kind of date, and so she dressed pretty casual, jeans, like this bright white corset top, thinking that this was like going to be just the right outfit for this casual arcade date. And the dinner that we went to first was, well, it was a much nicer restaurant than I expected. I was totally underdressed. So I was instantly nervous, just overwhelmed by the whole thing. And what do I do next?
Activity portion.
So we had drinks at this fancy bar restaurant place, and then we went to the arcade, and I breathed a little sigh of relief because my outfit was more appropriate, like I planned for the arcade part. But apparently, I don't really know anything about video games, so I didn't really know what to do at the arcade, and I was so nervous. I probably had 2 or 3 too many drinks, and then spilled one on him. But then it was off to dinner, right? Then trying to recover. All right, and I think Bethany's going to spend a pedal on that one.
Okay.
So recovered as best I could at dinner, with the emotional reveal, especially knowing that he had already been on a date with my sister. That's awkward. So yeah, I shared about my feelings about my sister and my 2 older brothers, and how I've always felt out of place as the youngest, and everybody has a role in the family business, and I'm just looked at as the irresponsible one, and yeah, maybe I drink a little bit too much here and there, but I'm still in my 20s. I'm supposed to be having fun, right? Like, I don't know. So I think it came across okay. I think I came across as sincere.
All right, so total
Bethany
you got
sucks.
2, 5, 9. So you ended up with 9. So you get 6 petals. All right, now everybody's got their petals. Now we're moving to the downtime phase. Downtime, we're going to go in rounds, and everybody can choose up to 2 things. For no petal cost, you could do leisure, hang out by the pool and read a book. You can bond with the girls for 3 petals. You can gather intel for 3 petals. You can spread rumors for 5 petals. You can have a blow up for 7 petals. Or you can make a bold move for 10 petals. And the blow up and the bold move have drawbacks, or so does spreading rumors. Leisure, bond with the girls, and gather intel have no drawbacks. Does anyone want to go first?
I think mine's pretty easy. I would say that Rose would do leisure, just to literally go online and read about what show she's on right now and how to win. Because she still doesn't understand the show quite, as well as probably these other people do. And then she reads the stuff online, and then she's horrified about, oh my God, that story I just did is going to be like looking at how they edit things around. Like I just said, like they're going to zoom in on me. They're going to use the same audio clips. I need to research. So yeah, I'm just going to do leisure research about the show. Come on, 6. I pressed roll. There we go. No 6. That's fine.
You can spend petals if you want, or you can say
you can spend petals to re-roll for this thing.
You can spend petals to bump that 2 up if you want to bump that 2 up to a 6. Is the only way you can.
I see.
Or you can save your petals to do something in the second round of downtime.
I think I have to. I only have 4. I'm kind of low.
Okay.
I'm gonna save it.
Leslie, do you want to go next? We could go bottom to top here.
Sure. I am here to win, and I am gonna blow up. So,
What kind of drama are you gonna start?
okay, so we all know that I'm vegan, and I really care a lot about
She lets everyone know.
everything. Everyone needs to know. Okay, especially oh my God, it's so cute that you bake. Do you know any vegan recipes? Because I'm vegan and gluten free. And
Yeah,
so,
I could teach you. Maybe tomorrow though. I have to know what show I'm on.
That is so cute. You're special. I boop your nose.
Was called. Never mind.
So the blow up is that I have very specific hair and skincare products and makeup, and everything in the house that I use is very specifically mine and cannot be shared. And the ploy here is that I'm gonna swap out all of the stuff that's in the bottles for non-vegan product, and I am going to blame Bethany for doing this.
Okay.
So
Ouch.
Bethany just really hates women who are prettier and more successful than her because her sister is here and she's just too good. And Bethany apparently has decided that she can't handle 2 women chasing after her man's heart. So
Ouch. So you're just gonna roll a d6. On a 4 to 6, you're gonna get 2 bonus dice in the rose ceremony. If you roll 1 to 3, you're gonna minus 1 d6 in the rose ceremony.
Oh!
No.
Okay.
Yeah, so it says on a 1 to 3, the bachelor doesn't pick your side. Leslie, how does your web of lies unravel?
So I'm like really upset and I'm talking to him about it, and I like let my hair be a little bit frizzy to show like how much I've suffered instead of having like perfectly luscious locks. And I'm just so upset right now trying to talk to him, and the more I talk, like the more my hair seems to frizz because it's so big and full of lies. And he seems to sense this, and I like talk about Bethany, and then I say like, oh my god, because like, you know, when I swap the bottles, and then I'm like, but that's not, you know, but like when Bethany swapped the bottles and then I was trying to swap it back, and like Bethany really, I mean, do you see this? Like, I just want to be beautiful for you, Carlos. I love your mustache so much.
Bethany, you're up.
Oh, hang on one second.
Sure, I can go.
I gotta deal with something real quick.
Okay, sure. So for my downtime, I have 6 petals. So for my first round, I'm going to do gather intel for the cost of 3 petals. Because on my first night in the house, during the first rose ceremony, I saw this woman across the room who looked really familiar. And I have a feeling that that's Chrysanthemum from my hometown. And I wonder what she's doing here. So I'm going to gather some intel on Chrysanthemum. So I'm going to roll a d6. On a 5 to 6, I get a bonus die. I did! Yay!
You suck.
I made the game, so it's rigged in my favor. That's how it works. Yeah, so I guess I learned a little bit that Chrysanthemum was supposed to be on a different a different romance competition show, but she got cut at the last minute because the budget reduced the cast. So she got shunted over here to this romance competition show as sort of a fill-in standby. And so I'm going to keep that information in the back pocket, and I just might tell Carlos if Chrysanthemum starts working her way up his chain of preference, then I just might have to bust her back down with my secret info. And while Carlos and I are walking out on the veranda, and I'm considering telling him about Chrysanthemum, but holding it back, we share a moment, and he talks to me about fighting in the Foreign Legion, and when he saw action in Luxembourg, and how things got pretty gnarly in Luxembourg, and I really fall for him when he talks about pulling the bodies of his friends out of all those cafes in Luxembourg.
Holy shit.
It's terrible. Anyway, Bethany.
Oh, gosh. All right. So there's a lot going on in this house, but you know, what needs to happen is I've got to, I think, how much is spreading rumors?
5 petals.
Yeah. So I've just got to spread some rumors about my sister. And, you know, of course, it's because I'm this whole competing for another guy with my sister, and then on top of like being betrayed by this woman that like I just met. It just triggers so many things, but the one that stands out the most is the time that my sister tried to steal my boyfriend. Just that combination of competition and betrayal is it's all rising to the surface. I thought I was over it, but yeah, I just have this long list of times that my sister tried to undermine my relationship with not just one, but 2 different boyfriends I've had.
It
Carlos is
sounds
gonna
like
see
I
right
was
through it,
onto
Bethany.
something. Thank you very much.
He's not going to believe you, Bethany.
All right, I've got to roll a what to do this?
You're doing spreading rumors. You roll a d6. On a 5 to 6, you gain 2 plus 2d6 in the rose ceremony, and 1 to 2, the bachelor ceased with the ruse, and you're penalized minus 1d6.
Oh,
Do you have any petals to bump that up?
not enough to bump it up to a 5. No.
Oh no, the bachelor Carlos sees through your ruse.
Oh, wasn't really a ruse. I may have exaggerated some of the details, but she definitely has tried to undermine my relationships before.
Like she is right now.
You're just jealous, Bethany. Everyone want to go back to Rose? The second round of downtime?
Oh, sure.
If you don't have any petals, you can always do leisure.
Oh, there's multiple downtimes in between dates?
Too.
Yeah, there's 2.
Oh, I didn't read that part. I see. Oh, 2 moves. Yeah, there we go. I should have seen that. Do I re-roll again on like I can do a different action? I'm going to I guess. Yeah, gather intel. I'll spend 3 to gather intel. I'm going to first of all see what I can do to make, because I'm not a vegan baker, but I will still try to make a vegan something, just because it's the one person that came up and talked to me, and not many people come up and talk to me. But also I'm going to gather intel about Carlos when they came back from a little powwow with Gelethany. I saw that they were just kind of like walked through the door and just kind of like stood there for a while, just staring off into the distance. Researching Carlos's name online, I realized, that he was in the Battle of Luxembourg. I don't know if it's better to try to like steer fully clear of that or try to relate with it. But I'm trying to also during that time see what kind of like hobbies were a big part of the armed forces during that era. And what, things that they got that might, remind him of possible good times with his comrades. But I don't know, it's a kind of a risky maneuver. So I'll roll a 1d6 and on a 5 or 6, please. Nope. Nope. So there's -3 petals, right? Yeah, -3 petals. And I have a bad plan hatched up because of that one now. All right.
Uh-oh.
Cool. Well, I have no pedals, so I'll be doing the leisure. I'll be sitting in a hot tub, taking cute selfies and posting them on Instagram, trying to make all the other girls jealous.
That's no bonus, but nothing bad happens. Bethany.
So Bethany's pretty stressed out. Things have not gone well so far. So I need to like get some energy out. So I'm going to swim laps in the pool. So I'm going to make my leisure roll, and just hope I can take care of myself in the pool and just feel a little better about myself.
Oh, so close.
So close.
Oh, I've got 1 pedal.
Oh, there you go.
I'm going to go ahead and make that a 6 because something has to go right. God damn it!
All right, there you go. You get an extra. You get +1d6 in the rose ceremony. And for my second downtime move, I'm going to spend my other 3 petals to do bond with the girls, and I am just going to. I'm going to become the de facto cook. And I'm going to start making everybody some meals and snacks in between meals, just because I know that it's fully strategic, because I know the kitchen is where everybody congregates sooner or later. Everyone passes through the kitchen. So I'm going to make the kitchen my hub to start keep an eye on Chrysanthemum, and also Bethany's acting really sus lately. I have a feeling Bethany might be saying stuff to Carlos behind my back. So we're
Only
gonna bond
things
with
that are true.
And that's a 6. So
Rigged.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
don't
so
believe it.
On that success, Rose is like now staring daggers, wearing an apron themselves. Like, this bitch.
Rose is standing there with her own rolling pin that she brought from home. Gelethany's like, okay, so now we move to the rose ceremony. So the first thing to do in the rose ceremony is I will roll for the NPCs. And they got a 4, so that means they're doing okay. So the NPCs will roll 2d6 in the rose ceremony. Let me go ahead and roll for them. 1, 2, oops, that's 5 and a 2. So they got a 7 total. So yeah, the NPCs get a 7 total. Now everyone rolls all their d6s, and then we add them up.
I didn't understand Bachelor. I thought the rose ceremony was after all the 3 dates. I was like, oh, I got time.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine. It's on me. I should
Yeah,
know.
You get a minimum 1, so if you had penalties, everybody gets to roll at least 1.
Well,
Wait,
Rose
I
rolled.
got -1, so that would mean I don't roll anything, right?
No, you get a minimum of 1.
Oh, okay.
If you can you spend the pedal here to roll again, or is it no?
No, you can't. You
Okay.
can only spend petals in the first 2 phases. This is why everything is about downtime and getting as many pluses as you can. So I came out with an 11 total. Rose
I like
got
to
a
think.
1.
I like to think with the 1, Carlos thought I was part of the crew.
Beth, what did you get? Oops.
I rolled 2d6 because I succeeded in my leisure time. Is that right?
Yeah, you would get 1 extra d6 from the leisure.
Oof.
So you got a 5.
Rolling now, I got a 2.
You got a 2.
Sick.
And Rose, what did you get?
A 1.
Okay. So that means I am in first place, or Gelethany's in first place and gets 9 heart points. Unfortunately, the NPCs are in second place with 7 heart points. I told you, Chrysanthemum, she's tricky. We gotta look out for her. Then after that is Bethany, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Third place, you get 4 heart points. And fourth place would be
Leslie.
Leslie, yeah, so you get 1 heart point. And Rose is still wondering what show she's on.
Yeah.
Rose didn't show up for the roast.
got a little bit sidetracked, just like seeing the behind the scenes and like kind of like doing little story updates online and being like, hey, look at this cool stuff. I met this cool guy that does like soundboard mixing. I've never really, and like Carlos literally thought that she was part of the crew.
I feel like you ended up somewhere in craft services at some point too. Like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna show that Gelethany how to cook.
All right. Okay, so moving on to the second round. Does anybody want to go first?
I'll do it. Let's go. All right, so I'm gonna have to do better this time, but I didn't. So,
Did you save any petals?
oh God, no, I did not. No. So I'm not a planner, and he told me that like our next date was gonna be like playing paintball, and I thought he was talking about a paint and sip. So, oh my God, that's my cat. Sorry. Hold on. Come here. This is Owen.
If the producers find out you have a cat, Leslie, you're gonna get in trouble.
I know. Shh, this is my real life baby. I don't love animals in game. Okay. Shh, you didn't hear that. Okay. So, I put on like these really cute stilettos and like my shortest skirt, and it's got like no back, and it's just so cute. And I like fixed my hair, and it's curled, and it's just super pretty. And we are gonna go play paintball and be super active. Somehow though, I am like really good in heels, so I can kind of run, and they gave me like one of those jumpsuit things. But he just like didn't love that I was like dressed the wrong way, and I might have like beat him a little bit. It was like one of those things where you don't shoot guns, but you like throw a paintball at the other person. And like I played softball for a little while, so I like did a little windmill, and it just like, it might have just like kind of hit him in the junk. And I felt so bad, but he was like really sweet about it and tried to say that it was okay, but like, it kind of wasn't. And then I won on top of it, but like he was kind of into that. I think he was kind of proud of me. But it's fine. And then we like went to dinner afterward, and I think he was still like hurting a little bit because the vibe was kind of off. And I just I really respected the fact that he could like let a woman win, you know, because like I'm pretty competitive and you know, I think I'm smarter than him, but like he's just so cute. You know what I mean? He's just so cute. And so I think we had like a pretty good time.
I'm just imagining a Portlandia character right now. It's a Valley Girl person that hates animals so much that they're vegan that is really good in high heels, gentle paintballing.
she's a little crunchy, but like not in a good way.
I love it.
God, this is like everything I hate. I think that's why it's so fun for me. So my total score was an 11.
Okay, so that gets you 6 petals.
All right, cool. Moving on.
Anybody want to go next?
Let's see how my fit goes. My fit check. A 5.
Ooh, nailed it.
I realized that Carlos comes from an entrepreneurial background of reopening closed down cafes where he fought in Luxembourg. And so he likes, you know, he's still into the casual look, but he more like, you know, likes business cash type of vibe. So I try to meld the two worlds of mine and kind of class it up a bit, get a little blazer going, sleek long slacks type of thing, maybe wash my hair for the first time in a few days. And I, you know, like the, what's the, she's all that, I take off my glasses. It's not as good. I put them back on. Yeah, so 5. That's pretty good. That's my highest roll yet. And then for the date, let's see what the date is. It's a 3. Do I risk it? No, 3's baseline. I'm going to keep the 3. I also realized that when he's not rebuilding the war-torn areas that he fought in with cafes that he's opening up again, he is an X Games fan. I realized, oh, that's my in. I'm a skateboarder. I take him to the skate parks of Luxembourg to tool around, to kind of like show him the ropes a little bit if he doesn't really know how to do things. And I impressed him a little bit. I can do like kick flips and like very basic like tail slides and stuff like that. I can't do much on like, you know, vertical ramps and stuff like that, but we have a decent time. And then let's see here. What was the third thing again? Emotional reveal. A 3. What would that get me at? So 5, 8. Oh, that's perfect. That would get me at a 13, right? No, 11. That's 11. I math. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to spend the pedal. Oh, it's a 4. Okay, so slightly better. My emotional dinner date reveal is that, well, back in school, I was like kind of so bullied that I ended up skipping school a lot, and I got truancy. I found my muse though. I would just go home and I would skateboard home and then go bake in my full apparel of Hot Topic gear and blast Blink-182. But doing so, I always skipped my history class. So I had to admit him on the dinner date, what's Luxembourg? And so, yeah, it was just kind of a little bit of an awkward thing, but it was a bonding moment, if anything. Oh, that is a 5, a 3, and then a 4. So 12.
Yeah, for 6 petals.
Cool.
I'll go next. All right, so my fit check before the date is not great. Let's say as I start getting ready for the date, I discovered that there were some moths that got into one of my suitcases, and so the producers have to give me like a lost and found of all the previous seasons, so there's all kinds of dresses and hoodies and sweats and stuff. And so I put on a sweatshirt. Carlos and I start to go out for our date, and I don't realize that it's like a college sweatshirt, right? And I didn't even really look at it. I just threw it on because it was last minute. I realized all my clothes are moth-eaten. As we go out, I realize that the sweatshirt is from a traditionally black college, and Gelathany is not black. But as we go out, and I don't know why people keep looking at me funny, but it definitely kind of distracts from the date a little bit. So let's see how our date goes then. Oh no, what do we do? So we go to the park because Carlos is telling me about his love for ollies and verts. And he's telling me about his dream to combine a cafe and a skate park. And while he's telling me about this, Carlos is laying out his business proposal for the cafe skate park, and his numbers just don't make sense. His numbers are just bad. It's gonna go. He's sinking everything he saved from being in the Foreign Legion, he's sinking it all into this cafe skate park. And it's just not gonna work. And I tell him. And it just makes that a portion of our date walking through the park as he's explaining his business plan.
She's always been bad at coming across as a know-it-all.
Be quiet, Bethany. This is my date. Finally, in the motion reveal, okay, things are starting to look up. So we sit down, and I'm really trying to figure out how to recover from bruising his ego by telling him how bad his business plans are. And I talked to him about a time when I was younger and I had an idea for a cafe, a regular cafe and a cat cafe. And I put a lot of money into it. And then the baristas kept spilling the coffee on the cat's tails, and the cats would get upset and scratch the customers, and we went out of business in 2 weeks. And I tell him that's why I'm so scared for him to try his cafe skate park idea. It's because I don't want to see him get hurt. And he buys it. So at the end there, I came out with a 2, a 2, and a 5 for a 9 total. So I still get 6 petals. That's still all right. Bethany, that's you.
All right. So Bethany, she's going to try to make up for everything so far, and she's just gonna go ahead and she's gonna wear her best outfit she's got. It's the little black dress. It's the killer dress. She's going for it. Let's see. Click on the button. There it is. So didn't mean to roll twice there. The dress does everything she expects. She looks great, feeling great. And the date's off to a really great start. Definitely seems to have Carlos's attention. Feeling like she's recovering well from, the last one. What's the next one? The activity portion?
Yeah.
All right. So. Ooh. All right. So the activity portion is they go to the ice cream shop where they're actually supposed to make ice cream together. So she's not really dressed appropriately. It's super cold in there. She gets a little grumpy because of how cold she is, and ends up spilling ice cream all over her dress. Carlos tries to, make a playful comment about it, and she's too much in her own head, and she gets offended. Kind of snaps at him. Things aren't going well. Let's see.
Bitchy Bethany.
Hey.
You reap what you sow, Bethany.
All right, but we bounce back. We bounce back at dinner, right? So it's not terrible. Kind of recover. I apologize. That's my emotional reveal. I apologize for being snippy. It's not like she criticizes business or anything. She was just kind of upset because she was cold and got ice cream on herself. So yeah, he accepts the apology. It still feels not great, but not as bad as it could have been. So let's see. So what did I have there?
You got a 5, a 2, and a 4 for 11.
11.
So you're a 6 petals.
6 petals. All right.
moving into downtime, we want to go bottom up again.
It's not so much spreading rumor. I guess it kind of is. It's going to be more like a side thing. Whenever Gillespie tries to like cook for the group, or gives little treats to Carlos themselves, I try to like, one up them and try to cook things myself, or like walk in on, the little like you're handing him something and I walk in with like my own baked good. I'm like, oh, and save room for dessert, but also be like, oh, you should really go 350 for 20 minutes instead of 400 for 15. You kind of burnt it around the edges a little bit. Try to like just pull you down a little bit. With my like side comment, somewhat rumors, and then talk to the girls and be like, I wouldn't really like try to eat too much of what Gillespie makes. I think that it's starting to give Leslie the farts. It's not just the vegan diet.
Man, widespread.
And so let's see here. Is it 5 to 6? Yeah, 5 to 6. Cool. But 1 to 2, it's bad.
Yeah.
Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna use my last pedal to bump that up to 5.
Okay.
So I get plus 2d6 on the ceremony.
Yep. Leslie.
I am going to gather intel. Okay, so I've just been sort of like hanging out and like casually trying to talk to the other girls and like learn what I can about it, like, what they do and what they're hearing about Carlos. But I like really just don't care what they're saying most of the time, so I end up not really learning anything. But like, I didn't make Carlos mad again, so that's cool.
Bethany.
All right, so let's see. What is the non...
For no pedals, you could do leisure.
And then
bond with the girls and gather intel don't have risks. Spreading rumors, blow up, and bold move all have a risk if you roll low.
Bold move looks crazy though. I was reading that. It looks nuts.
How much is the bond with the girls?
Bond with the girls is 3 pedals. Leisure is 0. Bond with the girls 3. Gather intel 3. Spreading rumors 3. Blow up 7. And bold move 10.
All right, so I'm gonna bond with the girls because I've not had any success trying to like be confrontational with you and Leslie. So I'm just gonna try to make friends with everybody else. That's my new strategy because everybody else is doing pretty good in this. So I might as well ride their coattails. That's what I'm good at, riding coattails. There you go.
Damn!
So apparently Bethany gets along really well with, what was your nemesis there?
Chrysanthemum.
So Chrysanthemum and Bethany are like best friends now. And just complimenting the other girls. Just total reversal. Just everything I was like kind of throwing at my sister and throwing back at Leslie. Now I'm just like being super positive to everybody else.
Tell you what, Bethany, I was just going to bond with the girls, but you've declared war. So I am going to spread rumors. I am going to spread a rumor that Chrysanthemum and Bethany follow the Anti-Foreign Legion account on Instagram, and they like all their pictures. And Carlos isn't going to be happy when he finds out about that. You know how he feels about the war.
Every time, just 1,000-yard stare.
So I'm going to spread rumors. I'm going to try to seed your doom. Here we go. Kind of nobody really listens, I guess. Oh, wait, that was... No, I had 6 pedals. That was 5. I can spend 1 to turn that into a 5.
Oh.
Yeah,
Curses.
your days are numbered, Bethany.
Oh, no.
He's not going to believe you. All right, back to Rose.
Real quick. I know it's a DM-less game, but Jim,
Yeah.
let me ask you this. Let me bargain with you here.
Okay.
Because I did a rumor specifically to try to take down Gelethany, instead of plus 2d6, can I just do a plus 1d6 but minus 1d6 from Gelethany
Oh, wow.
as like a PvP encounter move? Because they took my cooking roll and I can't have that.
Bethany sports that.
I think it would be fair to let you roll for it.
Sure.
What do we think? Like on a 1 to 3.
I'll even say 5 and 6. It's good. So it's like weighted to not work, or even a 6. I'm down with that too.
Sure. So if you get a 6, it'll be a -1 to me. If it's a 1 through 5, you just keep the regular.
Yeah. So we just keep the regular. I'm posting into the internet on my alternate account on accident that has no followers. Cool. I just thought it'd be interesting to have like an actual PvP. Like I'm spreading a rumor about you specifically.
No, I like.
So
that.
I have to just do leisure. I have no petals left. So, yeah, I look around me and I'm like, I don't like who I'm becoming. I'm becoming one of those mean girls that I watched on the movie 20,000 times when I was little that I hated. I'm not going to be that. And so my leisure is I start, it's less of bonding with the girls, but I make like little treats and I don't present them. I don't tell them. I just put it next to where the like cart is with the rest of the craft services as just like a little extra thing that, you know, maybe they'll enjoy it. And that's just like me recentering myself. And I skateboard a little bit while baking. And yeah.
While baking? Do you have like
Yeah.
an easy bake oven? Just like
You know, I was part of a circus a little bit. I could do stuff like that. Cool. So 1d6. Boom. Booyah. Skateboard and baking, baby.
Nice.
I am just going to. You know what? I haven't had a good roll this whole time. I gotta get one now, right? I'm gonna try again to gather intel. This time I'm gonna take like a little bit of. I don't know. What do people take to pay attention? Adderall? What is that stuff that people do?
I think so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Adderall.
Yeah, I take. I'm hip with the drugs, kids.
We're all just smoking Adderall here, right?
Yes. Yeah, so I'm gonna like just grab a little Adderall and just like really sit down and focus. It does not go well.
That's not
I just
Adderall.
sit and like stare really, really hard at the person I'm talking to the point where they get freaked out and walk away, but I don't know what's happening because I didn't actually take Adderall. It was something else, and I don't know what it was.
I walk in. I was like, "Oh, hey, Bunky, did you find the bag of my?" Oh no. Here, let me just. And I just kind of like trip advise them or whatever. What is it? It's trip advisor. No, I'm a trip sitter is what I meant. Yeah, we write a review about how good the trip felt during the. Yeah, rate it 1 through 5, Leslie, if you can for me right now. I have to post it right now. It's part of the.
Meatballs.
Meatballs. Weird thing for a vegan. Okay.
Bethany.
My bonding with the girls went well last time, so I'm gonna do it again. I'm just ignoring your drama, big sis. And I'm just like
You're above it.
I'm above that drama, and I'm spending time with my new friends. Oh shit!
They don't like you, Bethany.
Yeah, just like ghost fandom on the shoulder. They hate you. You're nothing.
There's no bonding here.
You're just a Gelethany without the J in your name.
Do you want some of my Adderall? It's great.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Bethany's trying to be all sincere and bond with the girls, and everybody gets distracted by this Leslie and her drug thing. God, nobody was paying attention. I was trying to be nice to everybody and support everybody, and now everybody's all flustered and concerned about Leslie. Gosh.
So for my second move, I'm out of pedal, so I'm going to do leisure. But what I do is during a bit of downtime, I take an Uber into the city and I go to the Narcotics Anonymous office and get a whole bunch of pamphlets and I take him back to the mansion, and I start leaving pamphlets around where I know Leslie's going to see them, and everyone else will see them.
Oh,
Like
wow.
I take one and I use it, sneak it into Leslie's book as her bookmark. Like she's using a Narcotics Anonymous pamphlet as her bookmark.
Touche, Gelathany.
That's my leisure. It goes all right. All right, moving into the second rose ceremony, I am going to roll a d6 to see how Chrysanthemum and her friends are doing. Oh no, that's a 5. So they're going to roll 2d6 in the rose ceremony. Okay, they only got a 3 in the rose ceremony. So everyone else, total up your d6s.
How do you add more d6? Oh, there we go.
God, I'm so bad at this.
I am stocked up. I get to roll 46.
Do you really?
Yeah,
Wow.
14.
6. I got a 13. So what'd everybody get?
2.
I was just double checking. I only get to roll 2. Ugh, I got a 5.
Bethany got a 5. That's your karma, little sis. Leslie, what'd you get? You got a 2?
Yeah.
Okay. And Rose, what did you get?
I got 14. So I get 9 heart points.
Yeah, so Rose, you're in first place. You get 9 heart points. I'm in second place, so I get 7, which brings me up to 16. Third place is Bethany, so you get 4 heart points. And fourth place is the NPCs. Wow, Chrysanthemum is really sees through you, Leslie.
Wow.
So the NPCs have 8 heart points. Now, moving on to the final round. Smoke them if you got them. Don't save those petals. This is the last round. I'll go first. So on my pre-date fit check, most of the girls have gone home now. There's only like about 8 of us left, including Chrysanthemum. Of course, she made it through. But today is about me and Carlos and his his paralyzing PTSD from the war. So
I feel like Carlos keeps getting worse and worse the more we learn about him.
But he's so cute. He loves dogs. I got a 3. I don't have any petals to spend. So my fit, all my fits have been bad. I think at this point, after she gets dressed and leaves, Gelathany, I think, sees some sneers as she's leaving the house, and I think Gelathany finally realizes for the first time that she has astigmatism, because she's not able to properly dress herself. Every time she tries to get dressed, something happens. She ended up wearing like bright red and bright green, so she looks like Christmas, even though it's full on summertime and we're doing a summer date. So she's got on like full on Christmas, and it's like, I misread the weather. I thought it was gonna be cold, but it's hot, and so I'm all like sweaty. Yeah, the fit did not go well. Let's see if our date can get any better. Okay, that's a 5. So what do we do? So I think as part one thing the show has been doing is Carlos has been meeting with a therapist. They bring in a TV therapist to sit in with Carlos to talk about how he wants to channel his energy into the cafe. And doing sick Ollie McTwists on the vert ramp. And so his therapist recommends that we try some kind of alternative medicines. So we go to one of those places where they put hot rocks on your back, and we lay on 2 tables and we hold hands, and the rocks are just the right temperature. But then we have to go do the emotional dinner date reveal. That, once again, comes out incredible, because as we're sitting there squirming in our chairs because our backs hurt from the hot rocks while we're trying to get comfortable, I tell him Chrysanthemum's not here for the right reasons. I really feel like Chrysanthemum is really here. She and Bethany were comparing follower counts on Instagram the other day, and TikTok, and other ones too. And I saw it happen, and I don't want to talk trash about other girls in the house, but I just know that I couldn't stand by and let Carlos and his beautiful mustache fall victim to someone who's not here for the right reasons. And so I tell Carlos this, and he takes one of the epaulets off of his military jacket because he's still wearing it, and he gives it to me. One of his proud war mementos. And it's my date, so I got a total of 11, 14. Okay, so I got 8 petals. Who wants to go next?
I'll go. All right, so let's do
Bring it, Bethany.
Let's do the fit check.
Carlos knows about you, Bethany. I told him
Yeah,
everything.
Gillespie doesn't want to talk shit about anyone besides Bethany.
Oh. All right. This rolling terrible. All right. So Bethany was feeling really good about her sundress on this little wine tasting bicycle riding excursion that they were going to go on. But unfortunately, the strap on her dress broke. And, just wardrobe malfunction. And, we'll see how that affected the activity. All right. Well, apparently, Carlos liked what he saw during the wardrobe malfunction. And we had a great time on the bike ride. He actually helped me find a safety pin or something and get my, dress fixed. But then we did our wine tasting and our bike ride from one vineyard to the next, and just had a good time. Then we sit down for dinner, emotional reveal. Oh. So, as much as I try to avoid talking about my sister, it just keeps coming up, and I know it's like she's in the back of my head, just eating at the base of my skull. I hear her voice just rattling around in there, just driving me crazy, and I vent too much.
Carlos
He doesn't
don't
want to hear that,
shit
Bethany.
talking.
So that was a total of 9?
Yep.
Okay.
4, 6 petals.
I'm perpetually stuck at the 6 fucking petal thing.
I'm gonna go because I feel like we're going top to bottom now. So, all right. So for the fit check, as per usual.
Hey, that's average. That's a passing grade.
This is it's not quite right, and so for this final date, I have decided that I just really haven't quite been getting it right with all of these way too sexy outfits, so I'm gonna try to downplay it a little bit. So I go to put on a cute pair of jeans and some non-high heeled tennis shoes and a chunky sweater, because I see him connecting with these other girls who dress like boys, and it's kind of gross, and they're just so normal. I'm just gonna try, but I'm just not feeling really confident, and I just don't think that this outfit is cute. But it works out really well for me because he decides that like, since I love outdoors but like I hate animals and stuff, like you know, maybe I should just have like an outlet. And he's been like, you know, going to therapy, and he's realized that like he needs to like get some of this aggression out. So like he takes me roller skating, and it's super cool. We like go to this outdoor place, and we like run into this group of girls who do like roller derby, and like I kick all their asses because I'm just like so fierce. I totally paid them though, and like they were actresses and they just let me win. It was really cool.
They're just part of a Facebook marketplace flash mob. Just like, oh yeah, we'll do this.
It was actually a pyramid scheme that my father started, and now he owns all their assets.
Amazing.
So it was just like the best time, you know, because like daddy's money. And now like here we are, and we're just having this like beautiful emotional dinner date. And because I'm just like such a normal girl, we found like a food truck where we got like vegan gluten-free hot pockets, and he is like, he's gonna be vegan gluten-free like me, and it was so cute. And then we had like little tofurkeys. Oh my gosh, guys, it was so beautiful. But the best part was actually you know, I told him about my Adderall mishap and how like all these mean girls were leaving all of these NA pamphlets around the house. Gillette the vegan bitch. And he opened up to me and he told me that he's in recovery too.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
And we're gonna be in recovery together now.
Oh no! Damn it!
He's gonna be my sponsor, and it's like totally not weird or unhealthy at all.
They'll end out
Dating
great.
your sponsor? That doesn't seem. I don't think you're
It's
supposed
like,
to do that.
It's totally safe. That's like the best way
Love
to
doesn't know
recover.
rules, Gillespie.
Okay. I guess I'm not a 12-stepper. I don't know. It seems weird, but if you say it's fine, I guess it's fine.
It's fine. You're a basic bitch, and I've got to
Damn. It's getting catty here moving into the final.
Oh man.
I don't even know what I just said. I blacked out.
So you got 14. Dang. You got 8. 8
Yeah,
pedals.
making a comeback, bitch.
Yeah, Leslie set up
Dang.
good for downtime.
All right. Let's see what I dress up with. Hey,
Oh,
Hey.
you know, sometimes when you hit, you hit. I look around. I'm researching everything around me. I optimize my outfit for what I'm about to do and the interests that he's in. I see the tops that some people are wearing. I do like a makeshift top out of my apron. I try to keep it classy. I realize that Carlos is into that, like, even though he's from the Battle of Luxembourg, he's into that like early 2000s, late 90s fashion. So I also find a pair of my old Jinko jeans, put them on, get ready to board around a little bit. I put some Heelys on. I'm kind of like Bratz doll-esque at this moment. But then also I realized like the thing I want to do with him, and also maybe to like impress him that I know a little bit about his world. I go on eBay and I find a vintage rucksack, and I'm just wearing that around for our date purposes. And our date.
So that's why Carlos wears frosted tips.
oh.
So our date, it's thought out well. Oh, it's frosted tips. Okay, writing more lore down real fast.
Well, you said early 2000s. That's all. I remember.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah,
Fred
puka shell
Durst is his
necklace.
idol.
In fact, yeah, I gift him a puka shell necklace before going out to. We're gonna just go on a hike, but it's a puka shell necklace that each puka shell is actually like a condensed vitamin. So it's like one of those edible necklaces that's made to look like a puka shell necklace. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's survival food in puka shell necklace form.
Sure.
So we're just going out on a hike. I just tell him it's a normal hike. I'm just normal hiking attire, dressed as a Bratz doll with a rucksack from the 40s. And we're walking out, and he realizes very quickly that this is like, it's a well-maintained path. But there's like planted, I heard that he loves dogs. So there's just like different breeds of dogs. It's basically like a wild dog farm forest that we went to, that I found that is nearby. Going through, we're petting dogs, doing our thing. I go up to a tree and just like, oh, this is a nice little oak. And I do a weird little knock. It's like a Morse code type of thing. Door opens. Stairwell down inside. It's a speakeasy built into an oak tree. We go down, realize that it's old northern soul dance floor where people are doing Northern Soul dancing. If you haven't seen it, look it up. It's actually kind of fun. And there's, little cocktails, classic cocktails only, Negronis, Manhattans, old fashions, martinis. Some people are smoking cigars in here. Everyone has like either a trilby hat, fedora, sequin dresses. But they're also paid actors that I think at this point I got a little bit of friendly with Leslie, and it was like, hey, can I borrow those Facebook Marketplace people or whatever you said that they were? So they're also actors. We have a little date in this speakeasy, but the reason why it doesn't go so well is, again, PTSD, 1,000-yard stare. He's back in that cafe with his friends, and it's just kind of a rough time. Anyways, that was my date.
Also, I paid them to sabotage your date, bitch.
Shit. Emotional reveal. I tell him I've never been loved. I leave it at that, and I just kind of have a conversation, just going forth with that. I was like, I tried really hard for this date. I know it's like there's too much here. It's because my love language is, I don't know the actual terms for them, but just like gift giving. And I tried to do it too much. I tried to love bomb you too much, and I know I need to take it slower. And so there's kind of an understanding at that point.
Yeah, desperation is the word you're looking for.
Cool. Thank you, therapist. So we got 12. Your therapist. It's called desperation. Clinical desperation.
Your love language is desperation.
So it's 12. Unfortunately, I have no pedals to bump that up to a 13, so I'm stuck with the +6.
All right, so moving on to our final downtime. This is it. Spend those pedals if you got them.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to go first?
You want to do bottom to top again?
Sure.
All right. I will bond with the GURLZ, very Bratz font style there. And yeah, I'll just like talk with Leslie and some of the other people, just like, if this doesn't work out, like I'm down to just, hang out. I know we don't have super similar lifestyles, but I feel like we bring a little bit to the table. And honestly, like I'm at an age where it's hard to meet new friends. This is the most time I've talked with someone else my age in like years. So, I mean, if it, if it works out for one of us, if it doesn't, I want to keep in contact and just start like, teaching them a little bit of my baking niche things and learning a little bit about vegan cooking. And how to properly wear high heels, because I do not wear high heels. I want to skateboard in high heels, so Leslie can teach me that. So bond with girls, roll d6, 5 to 6.
I feel like Leslie is starting to get attached, but she also kind of thinks that maybe you're trying to get a job with her dad because all of the friends that she has are
6.
actually
Probably am.
Yeah, you get +1 d6 in the rose ceremony.
Cool.
Then,
And you have a base of 1d6, so I'm at 2d6 now, correct?
right.
Cool.
Okay. I'm going to. Fuck it. I'm gonna do another blow up.
All right.
All right. So let's see. What is my blow up gonna be? So like Rose is cool and everything's fine, but I 100% I have just been ganged up on by Bethany and Jelethany, and they
You
talk
started
like
it.
They are against each other, and like they're so mean to me. And then I went into the kitchen and I just wanted a snack, and Jelethany kept just crowding the kitchen, and she took all my vegan treats and she broke them down into breadcrumbs and baked them into something that wasn't vegan. It's just so cruel. And Bethany put a stuffed dog on my pillow. It was disgusting.
It had ketchup all over it.
It was covered in ketchup.
The horror.
Okay, well, wait, can I use a rose petal to bump that up? I have one left.
Yeah.
Okay, that would be a 4. So I win, and good luck because he hates you. Okay, Bethany and Jelethany. You bitches.
Wow.
I'm squirting ketchup in the air in celebration.
Remember on the first night, you said we were going to be friends forever, Leslie.
Yeah, well, you just don't have enough money.
I'm just like, maybe I chose the wrong person to befriend.
All right, Bethany, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna stick with my strategy of bonding with the girls. What's her name? Chrysanthemum?
Yeah.
All right. Oof. So that does not earn me any
Bond with the
dice.
girls? No, you need a 5 to 6.
Oof. I'm gonna go ahead and spend the petals to at least guarantee the extra dice.
Oh, okay.
Because if I spend the petals to do it again in the next round,
There is no next round. Oh, I'm seeing in
Yeah.
the next downtime.
next
action.
downtime, yeah. Then
Yeah, you need one more downtime move after this.
yeah, so it's either I spend those petals to roll again, which I could fail, or I just go ahead and spend the petals now to at least guarantee me 2d6.
Okay. So, Gillethany, during her downtime, it's getting down to crunch time. Gillethany's really feeling like Leslie is a clear front runner. That going after Leslie at this point might do more harm than good. So she's going to go after the safer target, go after Chrysanthemum. I'm going to have a blow up. I'm going to spend all my petals to blow up. And what Gillethany, what she does is she sneaks into Chrysanthemum's room and goes through her things. And I find a letter from Chrysanthemum's brother. And it's all very supportive and talks about their relationship, but it's very ambiguous. And at the bottom it says, "Your loving brother, Steve." And I rip the paper so it takes the word brother off. And then so it could be seen as a romantic letter. And I take it directly to Carlos and I say, "Chrysanthemum has a boyfriend." And I am going to roll my die to see if this blow up gets me anything. That is a 4 to 6. Oh yeah. So Carlos really considers it, and he pulls Chrysanthemum aside, and I don't know what they talked about, but I don't think it's gonna be good for her. All right, back to Rose.
And you can just dump all your petals to try to bump up a thing, right? Like
Mhm.
it's not just one. Okay, cool. So mathematically, it's best for me to just leisurely learn how to play the guitar, try to plan to play a song at the final ceremony for Carlos, trying to learn some of the, I don't know, old World War II jazz stuff, and it sounds interesting. And then a 1d6. It's a 6 anyways. All right. Another
There you
plus 1d6. And just because there's no use for pedals past here, correct?
Right.
I'll just dump it into a 9 so I really, really learn how to play guitar.
Well, for mine, all I have left is leisure. My work here is done. And I'm just
Dang.
gonna sit back and read my NA book that I got with the 12 steps.
Just a little light reading.
So, it's very casual.
So Bethany's going to just do the leisure. I'm going to go for a swim again because that worked last time.
She drowns in the pool.
Oh.
Yeah, someone died on set. That's crazy.
Accidentally swallows water and have a horrible coughing fit and look terrible, and of course it gets edited into the commercials and all that.
Of course, Bethany would swallow water to make it all about her.
My God,
That's exactly the kind of thing she would do. I'm the youngest. Look at me.
They have to add like an ambulance sound. The rest of the girls running like, oh my God.
All right.
In
Let's
reality,
see.
we were looking for an ice cream truck.
Yeah.
I'm down to 1 petal, so I can't spend that on anything. So I will just do leisure. I will hang out by the pool and
Mock
try
your
to
sister.
burn a hole through Chrysanthemum's forehead with my eyes. Yeah, nothing. It doesn't go great. Chrysanthemum ignores me. And Carlos didn't send her home, so I'm not really sure why she's still here. I don't really know what's going on inside his head right now. It's too late for guesses because we're moving into the final rose ceremony. I am rolling 3d6.
Can we all roll at the same time?
Sure.
I got 3d6 as well.
That's not as good as I hoped for.
I did the worst with
Telephony.
3d6. What do you do on a tie?
Uh,
Well, it doesn't matter because he has, or she has more heart points overall. So
oh, I forgot to roll for the NPCs. Let me roll 1d6 for them, a 3. So they just roll 1d6 and get a 5. Leslie,
tiebreaker.
yeah, you want to roll again?
Yeah.
It's a 3-hour episode because he can't decide. Because he's got to send one of us home, but he just doesn't know who it's going to be.
So do we roll all of them again?
Or would it just be a 120 contest between you two so you keep your first score?
I don't know.
Nah, f- it. Let's roll them all again. Let's see what happens.
All right.
This is great.
Okay. And it's not much worse that time. You got a 20.
You're going
Dang.
down.
So you get first place and 9 heart points. I still came in second with 7. Bethany came in third with 8, and Rose got fourth with 7. So I ended up with 23 heart points. How many you got, Bethany?
Oh, I've got a total of 12.
Leslie, what you got?
10.
Oh, I got 10 too.
Really?
Yeah.
I 100% thought everyone was doing better than me. Wow, I don't feel so bad now.
I whiffed the whole first round.
Yeah.
I told all of you Carlos was meant to be with me because I once read a book about Luxembourg for a high school report, and so I've been able to connect with him on a deeper emotional level because of all this. And Bethany, I'll see you back in Tampa.
As you two go to walk away, I'm gonna hold up a pair of platform shoes he's been wearing the whole time and reveal that he was never 5'10". He's actually 5'8".
He's got. I wonder why there were so many apple boxes around the mansion.
And so, jokes on you, I win for real because I didn't have to marry Carlos with the meat in his mustache.
Oh,
Well-
that's something I forgot on our date. I was gonna take some pine wax and yeah. Oh well.
Well, so Carlos and I try it out for a little while. You know, we have to do the long distance thing because it takes the show like 3 months to air, right? So we have to keep it in secret. And unbeknownst to me, he starts going to this PTSD support group, and there's some very attractive ex-Navy officer there, and he completely falls head over heels. So we pretend for a while because of the TV show, but then by the time the TV show comes out, I'm going, on the tabloids talking about how he, how the show turned him gay. It's not my fault.
Damn.
Didn't that actually happen once? Like someone blamed the show to
There was a bachelor who was a virgin, and it was a big deal about him being a virgin. And then a few years after the show, he came out as gay, and he got a different reality show about coming out.
Yeah.
So Gelathany, at the following Christmas, Bethany shows up at Christmas with her new girlfriend, which is Chrysanthemum, and we are dating now. and Chrysanthemum, I just give you shit the entire holiday.
God, this is the worst. I just hate to see Bethany so happy. That's just Anybody else? Any epilogues or parting words?
My dad.
Whatever
is gonna
popularity
hire
I
Rose.
gained. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say my dad is gonna hire Rose, or he's gonna offer you a job because I go home and tell him how much I love you, and he should give you a yacht.
Nice. A yacht? Holy shit! You're my best friend.
I just have so many of them.
Wow. Okay.
Cooking
Then I
show on
use
the
it-
yacht.
I use the yacht to stage the set for my new show called "Is It Bake?" Extreme Edition, where there's baked goods in the shape of X Games, like skateboards, snowboards, and you have to tell which one's which. And then if you guess wrong, you still have to write it and see what happens, and hilarity ensues. Coincidentally, also have a little bit of a deal with. I mean, we're on good terms, me and Carlos. Especially after they stopped being with Gillethany, we got a little bit closer business wise, and so I sell as a promotional piece with X Games to his cafes in Luxembourg the Is It Bake items in a like more miniature version of like much more edible for an actual cafe.
Nice.
And I hang out with Leslie a lot. And I'm like, this is awesome. I love bombing in this direction. Do it more.
Also, the thing you find out about me afterward is that I actually love animals. I hoard all of them, and I eat bacon regularly. It was.
I'm like, okay, I can cook much easier now. There, I'll secretly give you like savory biscuits and stuff like that.
I love it.
Leslie,
I eat the
was
same
any
dog
of it
biscuits
real?
that I feed to my 17 dogs.
Oh no, Leslie, is any of it real?
That's why they were all in the forest.
Yes, they are all my dogs, and they're all named.
I thought that was just random. I wasn't sure what animals are in the forest.
I have one more dog now, and his name is Carlos.
Oh no. Poor Carlos. He's just trying to get over his deep trauma by going on television to find love.
Because
That's
that
okay. The
works.
recovery was real. He's still my sponsor.
I really don't think, yeah.
And then we're all in Bachelor in Paradise, right?
Love it.
Or Bachelorette. I don't know which one's which, but we're in the BIP.
I'm here for it.
All right. Hey, if you're seeing this, then we decided to put it out, and thank you for watching. This is the first time we played this game that I wrote a week ago. So I think it went pretty well. It could use some adjusting, maybe a little here and there. Look forward to feedback. Hey, but by the way, I am GM Jim from Wizards and Wordslingers, which is my thing down there. It says Gillethany, but that's Jim. Over there is...
And I'm Brad Wolf from Dire Den.
I don't know.
Diagonals? Have you done, like,
One of you start talking, I don't know who I'm pointing
Hey,
I'm-
it's me. Oh, it's not me.
No, you-
I'm
you
Mike
go.
now.
Three-
Okay, I'm Angela. Hey, and I'm an artist. You can check out over here the A for Not. That's my Instagram handle. Go look at that. It's cool.
And I'm Rose Maxing, also known as Mike. Go check them out. I am MBR if you want to check me out, but I will be returning to that soon. But until then, I'm Rose Maxing. Find me on Is It Bake Extreme Edition Luxembourg.
And our hearts go out to everyone who lost family and loved ones in the Battle of Luxembourg. We don't mean to make light of such a serious tragedy. I don't know. Was there actually ever a Battle of Luxembourg? I don't know.
Yes,
Maybe.
it was. It was in World War II. It was also the Battle of the Bulge. I think it was.
Oh well, this
It's a
one
big
was in
one.
the '90s. It's totally different.
Yeah. It was
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was a paintball fight.
Right. Yes, that one. I was in
The
that
cafe
one.
was just covered in paint. It was
He was part of a LARP camp, and it was just really, really in depth.
they made them demolish the cafe as part of the LARP. It was so
Yeah.
graffiti just beyond repair.
I like this story twist.
By the way,
Carlos
the
is
NA was
complex.
really Noodles Anonymous, and it's because I have a problem with eating pasta and I just can't stop.
Mm.
There we go. Well, all right, everyone. On that note, thank you for watching, and we'll see you later.